running really well. Wow. Engine sounds absolutely sweet. Hi, and a massive welcome back to the channel. So behind me here is our £1,000 Triumph Spitfire. We picked this up in the last episode. Someone's abandoned project, a bit nicer than most of the stuff we usually work on, but it only had half an engine under the bonnet, and all of the rest of the bits to rebuild it were in the boot. Got it running. It's running really, really rough, and I'm pretty sure I know why. So in this episode, we're going to get it running properly. I'm pretty sure the valves are just not adjusted at all, I think. So I'm pretty sure they just need adjusting. Should run fine. We'll get the cooling system all fitted. Going to see if we can sort the brakes out, because the brake master cylinder is also not on it, so that needs rebuilding. And then we can actually take this little thing for a test drive. I'll also do a little rundown of the costs and how much I've spent getting this £1,000 Triumph Spitfire back on the road. We can actually probably insure this, take it for a little test drive if it's running right. And yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to getting this going, because my first car was a bright yellow one of these, and I've always wanted another one. And this one is actually not in too bad shape, but it just needs a lot of mechanical work. So let's get to it. Let's get it running properly, get it stopping properly, and take it for a test drive. So this is the engine from the Spitfire. We've put it all pretty much together. It needs a few more little bits. I've got to find out where all the heater hoses are going. The radiator's got to go in. But I've just whipped the rocker cover off because I think I know what's wrong with it, and I'm pretty sure I was right. So these two rockers were so out of adjustment. They were basically the valves were never actually closing. So I turned it over and there was no compression. So we're going to adjust them all up properly. I've just loosened some of them off just so we can start again basically from scratch. The way you do this is, if you're doing, you put number 1 open, so it's completely open. If number 1's open, you're adjusting number 8, and if number 2 is open, you're adjusting number 7. Number 3 is open, you're adjusting number 6. Number 4 is open, you're adjusting number 5. Number 5 is open, you're adjusting number 4, and so on. So yeah, let's adjust them all up, and we should be able to get this running. And then we can start looking at the brakes, the cooling system, and see if we can actually take this thing for a little test drive. Okay, I reckon this should run now. I'm pretty sure there's compression in every cylinder. Timing's probably not quite perfect, but this should run okay, I think. Fingers crossed. This will be the first time this is actually ran, but it's now got full compression, so it should do. All right, let's turn the ignition on. Ignition's on. Choke's out. Ready? Oh, it's trying to. It's going. Choking. It revs up nicely. Sounds really quiet. I mean, it's loud in here. The choke will go off. To the idle. That's running really well. Wow. Engine sounds absolutely sweet. About 900 RPM. But we should turn it off because we've got no cooling system. Maybe, yeah, there's steam coming out of it now, so let's shut it off. I can't believe how well that runs. That sounds really, really good. It might sound a little bit ticky in here. Yeah, it's not actually that bad at all. I think that's pretty much what it should sound like. I'll double check my adjustments now everything's warmed up. You're supposed to set them cold, so to be fair, there's only a really tiny bit of smoke in here as well. It's really, I think we've got very lucky here, and the engine's in pretty good condition. Let's continue. We've got to get a radiator in, plumb up all of these pipes. You've got to rebuild the brake master cylinder, get that in, bleed all the brakes up, and this should be a running, driving car for only £1,000. Just got to go and pick up some hoses and some hose clamps and a temperature sensor. In the meantime, I'm going to sort the brakes out. This is the correct master cylinder. This is the one that came out of it. Here is one I had lying around, which I'm pretty sure is the same. Pretty sure it's exactly the same thing. Sort of plastic chamber to it. Don't have the lid for that one or the shaft, so I'm hoping try and rebuild this one. Get that broken off brake line out of there. Pretty sure they're the same master cylinder. I would like to use the original one, but that should work correctly. This one is also seized, so see if we can free this one up and rebuild it. Okay, so these are the last few bits I need to get this thing properly going, I think. Got all these again from Wins International. Amazing prices, everything. This choke cable is only £6. You won't get that better anywhere else. That's so cheap. So we've got a new choke cable, bit of hose. Probably only need this middle piece of it. New cap, temperature sensor, new rotor arm. I think all of that was like 30 quid, which is really good. We put our rebuilt master cylinder in here. Should be okay. I have bled the brakes, and I think we have a good pedal. Just put my foot on them. Yeah, we've got a pretty rock hard pedal. I think the brakes are all okay. I will test all the brakes, get the car up in the air and test all the brakes separately, make sure they're all actually working. Let's get those few last bits in, fire this up and see if we can take it for a test drive. I also picked up one of these. They are expensive. It's about £55 or something, but if you're ever working on classic cars, one of these big sets of Jubilee clips is one of the most useful things you can possibly own. And it works out like 50p a clip, which is not that bad anyway. Alright, I can't see any leaking right now. I'm pretty sure there will be a leak somewhere at least. We put so many new hoses on. Radiator's full. Let's fire it up, get the water pumping around so we can check for leaks. Alright, if the seat moves forward at all. Better. I've got brakes. Have I got a clutch? I haven't even tested that yet. Feels like I do. Yeah. Alright, this should be interesting. It's running, seems to be running okay. I've got a clutch, which I'm glad about because I actually I actually never tested the fact that I've got a clutch or anything. Revs up alright. Got no temperature reading, which is not good. Let's see if it... Clutch is very low to the floor. Back wheel spin. Brakes work. That's a start. That is a start. Alright, let's see. Brakes actually feel really good. I was pretty impressed with that. They are spinding a little bit. It's, well, the back wheels do like to spin out, don't they? Okay. Yeah, we are binding quite a bit on the front brakes by the feel of things. Okay. We're running. Right. Second gear. Yeah, we got second gear. Something's rattling behind me quite bad. It feels, I mean, it actually feels alright. Brakes have all sort of freed up a bit now, I think. Just keep coming round. Push the brakes. Yeah, they feel alright, to be honest. Need a little bit of work. I don't know, it feels alright actually. I feel like I really need to get this out on the road because it feels like a nice little car, to be honest. The suspension feels good. Gotta give it that. Okay, well, it goes round. Second gear. Feels pretty good actually. I feel like I should... Brakes. Yeah, they feel alright. There's a bit of a rattle coming from something. Clutches, something's... There's a loose mount somewhere. Because when I go to... Right, let's just go around one more time. Right, I'm just going to see. Seems... I've only got it in second gear so far, but it revs up nice. And it feels okay. Suspension feels alright. I don't know, it's not that bad. It does stop. It's a pretty quick little thing actually. I'm surprised. Mine was a 1500 back in the day. It's not very easy to pull away. I'm gonna have to look into that. Something's loose somewhere. Let's get it back in the workshop. Let's get it back in here. I don't know. It feels like a little solid little car. Just we need to take it on a bit of a longer drive. There's definitely a little rattle coming from something. When you pull away, it's the whole car sort of... Alright, let's turn it off. Not a terrible test drive. Not majorly successful. We found a few problems. There's definitely a loose mount somewhere. Either a loose mount on the gearbox or something. But I've also got relay clicking when I turn. I don't know what that relay does. I think it'll be okay. The suspension's good, brakes are good, and it really feels like a quick little car, which is quite nice. Let's see if we can find any loose mounts somewhere, because that's the main thing that's stopping me from going any further. When you go to pull away, it does feel like something's shaking itself to death. So get it idling a bit lower, and it should be good to go on the road. Okay, so I was just taking the car up the road to do filming a test drive. Didn't have any of the cameras on. It's running really, really nicely. It's running really well, but there's such a bad whine coming from the diff. I couldn't get it really on the camera. It's like piercing. So unfortunately, the test drive's going to have to be cut short because I came straight back. We're going to get it up in the air and hopefully figure out what's going on with the diff. I want to get this video out to you guys, so I'm going to save that probably for the next one. I've absolutely fallen in love with this car. You know, it's making me sort of relive my, you know, my first car experience, and I'm absolutely loving it. I want to make this a really nice car, and I think I might actually keep this for a little bit. I could sell it. I could actually sell it and make a bit of profit right now, but I think it deserves to be like not fully restored, but like where I'd be happy with it. So I want to correct some of the paintwork, sort out some of the little rust bubbles, get the diff fixed or replaced or whatever's wrong with it. Check the gearbox for oil and everything, because it's very, very noisy. There's a lot of knocking coming from the rear as well. So we're going to get it, in the next episode, we're going to get it up in the air, inspect the hole underneath, and we're going to make this like a really, really nice car. I want to take it to some shows and things. They're just such a cool looking car, and I really, really want to get this top notch, you know. We don't really do that too much on this channel. We're normally getting cars just MOT'd and on the road, but this one I actually want to get, you know. So I'd happily take it to shows and people go, oh wow, that's a really nice car. Yeah. So unfortunately, this video is cut short. We've got a lot of work to do. In the next one, we're going to have this thing looking absolutely fabulous. It already does look amazing. Like you've got to admit, that's a seriously good looking car. Yeah, we're just gonna get this car like in a really, really nice state, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really enjoying working on this car. All the engine work's been really good fun, and yeah, I'm hoping there's not too much body work to do, but I know there's a bit. We've got a new driver's door that we're gonna get. I'm gonna paint that, and whatever else needs painting. I think the roof needs a bit of paint. Anyway, there's a lot to do on this car. Probably gonna Lana guard all underneath it as well, which would be a great video. But sorry about cutting the test drive short, but I'll see you guys in the next one, and we'll do a massive. When I get this running really good, we're going to do a proper good test drive in it, and I want to take it everywhere. I want to use this as like my everyday car, hopefully this summer. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.